Valentine's Day has become a global celebration when people show affection for one another by sending messages of love, cards, flowers, or even chocolates to express their feelings of love, particularly to their spouse. According to historical record, the day got its name from a famous Saint Valentine who lived in Rome in the 3rd century AD. Although records varied about Saint Valentine, but the fact remains that he was a Catholic priest who disobeyed Emperor Claudius II's ban on young men in Rome from getting married because of the belief that marriage will not make them good soldiers. However, this Valentine's Day, most Nigerians are caught up amidst a complex mix of emotions and financial constraints. For some, it's a day filled with anticipation and romance, while for others, it's just another ordinary day overshadowed by economic hardship. Joining us now on the show to share her thoughts on the essence of Valentine's Day, especially in Nigeria, is Omotayo Omotosho, MFR, founder towards the Greater Nigeria Foundation and former Director General, Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to the morning show.
Morning, Nayo.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you for your lovely bouquet. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, I decided to bring this.
That's
so I
so
appreciate
kind.
the good work you're doing here.
Thank you.
I said I
Thank
shouldn't come to the studio empty-handed.
Thank you.
Thank
So it's
you.
to the three of you.
Thank you. Thank
Cherish
you.
it. I'm dips of the yellow bread.
Oh, red roses.
Actually, one of each. Fine.
I know you love
So
red
you know
roses.
what it feels like to You're
glowing.
And the fragrance as well.
Yes, no, Lush, thank you for brightening up our Friday morning.
You deserve it.
All right,
You
so
all
we'll go
deserve
straight
it.
to it. Valentine's Day. Some people say, who cares? And others are like, it's a very important day. It's a time to show love. People find different ways to celebrate. And beyond it just being between couples, partners,
Exactly.
spouses, now children in schools are encouraged to actually bring something for the less privileged. You know, there are a number of activities that are around this. Is it worth celebrating? Is it a foreign culture? Is Nigeria borrowing what is not traditionally ours? And, you know, just share your thoughts on what Valentine's Day, the essence of Valentine's Day.
Thank you so much, Ayo. It is worth celebrating. Let me take it from there. It is worth celebrating. You recall some time ago in December when I came here, I talked about what we lack as a nation, and I talked about genuine love for one another. So when I was invited again here today, it occurred to me that this is a good opportunity. We're talking of Valentine, we're talking of love. We lack genuine love for one another, even from the point of leadership, our leaders. Do they love us? Do they love the masses? Are they very, very interested? And I'm not talking of the current administration alone. I'm talking of all the bunch of leaders we've had in the past. Amongst ourselves, is there genuine love? And so people have been talking about the need for reorientation. They're talking of values reorientation as a nation. Do you know Valentine is a good opportunity for us to start reorientating ourselves, embracing the essence of love? Let me tell you how I spent my Valentine last year. A good example. Last year, a week to the Valentine, my husband and I sat down and we started penciling down all those in need that we needed to touch. It wasn't about him taking me to the most sophisticated restaurant and do the husband and wife thing. No, it goes beyond that. We wanted to reach out. So we sat down and we did a list. And by the time we came up with the list, we had about 50 people in our immediate community that we needed to reach out to. And not just giving them a bouquet of flowers as I did to you today, but in terms of money, in terms of food items, in terms of visiting them to let them know it's Valentine, we're not going for any dinner. We just came to tell you we love you. It went a long way. There was a particular home, my hubby and I visited, the lady and the husband just burst into tears. She said, MFR. I didn't know that's what she calls me. Wow. MFR, come visit me. I said, forget about MFR. Wow. You and I are children of God. And we've come to say we appreciate you. This is a wife of a mechanic that helps us repair our vehicles. Wow. We finished there. I went to one of the tenants that was owing us and owing us about 3 years. When I got there, he thought I came to fight and ask, oh yeah, where's my money? And all that. I went with the agent. As soon as he saw me, he said, Mommy, for me time. No, that's not what brought me. God that you serve would replenish your pocket. Amen. He will provide. I can't be a pastor's wife and be coming to harass you for rent. I can't be a Christian and be coming. I came to visit you. He didn't believe it. That was when his face blew and he was so happy and called his wife and children. We must show love.
As you're telling the story, I want to quickly, chip in, which is the fact that love, a lot of people say Valentine's Day is encouraging the commoditization of love, if I may call it that. The fact that love has almost become a transaction.
A commodity, I get it.
It has become transactional. That it's, especially within relationships, Valentine's Day, we know a lot of gentlemen who are under pressure today to use whatever meager resources they have to try and get something. Now they've seen it on TV, their spouses will be calling, see what MFR brought to morning show. That's what I need to see when I get home. It's a lot of financial pressure. What's your take on how love has become so transactional? And how do you think we can evolve out of this?
Good question.
Good question.
Very good question.
Yes,
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. It's become transactional, and it's very, very sad. I mean, we fell in love some years ago, and by God's grace, we're still in the marriage, almost 40 years ago. My husband didn't have to buy me a bouquet every year. No, even up till now, he didn't have to buy me anything, because you know that he loves you. And so when he has the time, he does. When he's busy, he doesn't. Why must we make love a commodity? You made a very good point that some couple, they're going through financial hardship. I tell you, my dear, 95% of Nigerians are going through financial hardship because a tuber of yam now is 6,000, 7,000. Well, we were buying 1,005 before. And it's global, because as I always said it, you travel here and there, the things you buy on the shelf, even in America, in London, has tripled. So it's global, it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. But what do? We shouldn't, as wives, as girlfriends, expect so much from our partners, forgetting the terrain and the environment that it is today. You're very right that a lot of Nigerians will still expect their husbands to give them something special on Valentine's Day, take them out. And the wives would even say, I'm not going to one Jekuredi, low Kinikon restaurant. I want to go to the likes of 4-star, 5-star, the brands, Radisson, Hilton. I shouldn't mention the names.
Thank you.
the big names. I know I shouldn't do that. So the big ones, you want to eat there, you pay as much as 100,000 naira, 150,000 naira, 2,000 for 200,000 rather for two people, and this man has not been able to pay the rent where he's staying. So I want to implore Nigerians, especially wives, you've got to be very, very supportive of your husbands. Who says it's the man that must always buy something? Rufai will take it from there.
MFR, on that note, let's break this table.
Let's break it.
This table, as I said,
This table is solid enough.
we destroy it.
No, it's solid.
Is it solid enough?
It's solid enough.
Let's destroy it.
It's solid.
You see that thing you just said?
Yes, dear.
MFR. Some people will even argue with you that it's an African culture that the man must pick up all the bills and do everything.
I hear that.
In this economy.
So sad.
Some people will say, oh, it's because you are not capable. In fact, some women will start comparing you with your friends and they say, see what your friends are doing. It starts out so bad that when a man buys a car for a woman and he shows it on social media, other men are scared. I'm like, God, don't let my wife see this thing. No. So how can we change that? Because MFR, the days you people fell in love, were the days of love letter.
Say that again.
They wrote letter and the man, his English construction was very good and he sprayed small perfume, c'est Robia,
For us to smell it.
for smell on the lead. And you people, in your days, people loved a man because he was intelligent, he was outspoken, the way he comported himself. But today, the case if you don't get money, hide your face.
I'm telling you, so sad.
There was no era of slay mama.
Not at all.
You go to Lekki, Ikoyi, banana, everything. I'm breaking the table today.
If it's touching your heart.
It's touching my heart.
An opportunity for
So
this.
let me unboard. Please don't hold me.
No, spill it. You have
Vimba, you started.
You're speaking on behalf
So-
of the men. As the only man at
And
the table.
yes,
You have to hold it
so
down for
it's
the
so
men.
bad now that it looks as though that if you don't have money, you can't get into a relationship. I mean, People in your generation got married based on a promise. You knew he was a God-fearing man. You knew if he got opportunities, things were aligned for him.
Exactly.
People are telling you they don't want to be in Surulere any longer. They want to be in
Olon
Shogo.
It's so sad.
What is going on?
It's so sad. Thank you so much, Rufai. It's very, very pertinent, and I'm happy we're talking about this because Nigerians are watching, even beyond Nigeria. We must change the narrative. We must. I believe Nigerian wives, women, ladies need to know that the success of your husband lies 90% with you. Very key. My mother taught me that while I was 10 years old. And by God's grace, mommy and daddy were married for almost 65 years. One man, one wife, before daddy passed. You know, Catholics, you cannot go beyond one wife. Very, very disciplined when it comes to that. And one of the things she taught me was, don't ever nag your husband, even when he doesn't have enough that you felt he should treat you better. Don't ever. Then I'll say, okay, I shouldn't nag. Well, I can ask. If I don't ask, he won't know that I need. You ask, well, you ask in love. And if he says, I don't have now, don't repeat it. You married to a responsible man. When he has it, he will be the one to say, my dear, what you said about a year ago, now I'm ready for you. And I look at her and say, is that what you do with daddy? She said, do you know that as a nurse, I earned more than your father? But you children never knew. Very humbly woman. She will collect the money and put it on the table for daddy to advise how should they spend it. How should they spend it? So at that time, I learned a lot. And bringing it back to what we experience today, it is a narrative we must change. Every wife, every woman, and it has broken a lot of homes. That's why I said pertinent question you're asking. It's broken a lot of homes. At a point in time when you push the man to the wall, he will bounce back and say, Akilode, Mark, mommy, don't kill me. I can't go beyond my strength. But you, wife, how well have you been complimenting your husband? How well have you been assisting?
In fact, there's one they say, MFR, they will say, the woman will say like this, my money is my money, your money is our money.
Totally wrong.
Really?
Totally wrong. I'm a Nigerian, and Madam Culture, don't forget. So they shouldn't come and tell me culture. That the culture says the man would be the one to bear all the responsibility. You want to kill him? I have brothers, and their wives never left the responsibility onto my brothers alone. Joint responsibility. I have sons. I don't expect my sons' wives to leave it solely to the man because the man is the head of the home. Yes, biblically, the man is the head of the home. But carrying the head is the neck. And the neck are we, ladies, wives. If we don't carry the head would not be there.
All right. Okay. I mean, thank you so much. Very well said. And I'm sure a lot of people have a lot to say about this because it's very practical.
Yes.
And it's a matter of conversation that people
We cannot
differ
finish.
on. We can't finish. But I want you to make an economic case,
Okay.
if there were, for Valentine's Day. When you were here last, you talked about how you had served in the tourism department, and we looked at Dirty December. Is Valentine's Day an opportunity to create tourism and an industry around? Because in other parts of the world, there would be, a cost attached, how much contribution to the economy, holidays or, celebrations like Valentine's Day is. So beyond it just being about love, there's also an economic case for it.
Yeah.
Is there one for tourism, and how can we maximize it to ensure that there are a number of businesses that thrive?
Yeah.
I know a friend who runs a florist shop, and she makes about almost her annual income during Valentine's Day. So can you share with us what's the essence of that for the economy in this instance?
Thank you. It's very,
And tourism.
very significant. I would let you know that we have what we call Valentine tourism, as we have entertainment tourism, fashion tourism, culture tourism. But we've not accentuated it enough in Nigeria. That's why I said your question.
I think things have improved, haven't they?
It has, but we expect
so there's
something
still more
higher.
Room for improvement.
Exactly,
Okay.
more room for improvement. To buttress your point, just a few days ago, one of my godsons told me, Mommy, I went online on Amazon and I purchased a bouquet of flowers for his sweetheart in United States. And he's in Nigeria. So I said, okay. So they will deliver. They said, yes, mommy, thank God for IT. Information technology, you know, anything you want, you go online. So I was saying, oh, you shouldn't have liaised with Amazon and a flower shop based abroad. Why didn't you do it through a flower shop in Nigeria? He said, if I were to be over there and my sweetheart in Nigeria, I'll do that, mommy. And it will help the Nigerian market blossom.
Yeah.
But how many bouquet flowers outlets do we have? How many flower outlets do we have as a nation? We do have, but we don't have enough.
I think in Lagos and some parts, we have quite a bit.
Yes,
I
but
think
that's why you said in some parts.
Yeah.
I'm looking at even the nooks and crannies of the states we don't visit often.
It's a market. It's market driven. No? Some people ask you, "Am I a goat? Na flour I go chop." So I mean,
there is food they want to chop.
There is flour.
You have a point.
When there's no demand, there's no need for supply.
Ayo, but I know that Ibadan, they're not goods in Ibadan. We don't have enough flower shops in Ibadan. I spent some years in Ibadan before I came to Lagos.
To the mall. There's one particular mall in Ibadan that they like.
We need more of the malls.
Okay.
That's the point I'm making. We need more of the malls. We need more in Oyo. We need more in Kano. We need more in Jigawa.
Yeah.
We need more in maybe Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt. We have enough.
Okay.
But we're talking of national wealth, building national wealth, building the interland. The earlier we do this, the better. And then the beauty of Valentine is that it's not solely for Christians alone. I want to advocate this. Valentine is for Christians, for Muslims, for free thinker. It cuts across. So the earlier we imbibe it in our national consciousness. And the essence of Valentine, we must not forget it, is to show love. It's not between the man and the spouse alone. If you do it between yourself and your spouse, you are limiting God's blessings upon you. It's more interesting for you to do it to the carpenter down the road, the vulcanizer on your street, the boli or guguru seller. Go there, visit, give them something, and let them know it's in the spirit of Valentine.
Yeah.
By that, we are touching many more lives, and it goes a long way.
All right. Now, some would say that Valentine's Day is every day. You know, there's some couples, you'll say, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? They say every day is Valentine's Day. So I've got two questions to ask you. The first is that, how can we encourage the values around love, kindness, caring for our neighbors more in society? Because we know that as the economic situation gets worse, people tend to become a little bit more shielded, more guarded, people are more angry, some people are depressed. There's a lot going on that's tied to this economic hardship. You know, that's on one part. That's from a mental health perspective and from how we treat each other. From another perspective, immorality, you know, we know that that's also peaks around this period as well, as people, you know, engage in all manner of activities in the name of we're celebrating Valentine's Day. So just if you can summarize for us, how can we preach this message of love and encourage love between ourselves as countrymen, as citizens, and beyond Valentine's Day? Every day should be Valentine's Day.
Every day should. Thank you, Vimbai. This takes me to us not expecting the government of the day, whoever is the government, whoever are the members of government, to be the ones alone to attend to the teeming, the huge needs of our people. Government should do their own, no doubt about it. But in the spirit of sharing love, the earlier every individual, whether you're a man or a woman, a girl or a boy, you are opportuned, you are blessed with whatever you have. We must develop the spirit of giving and sharing. My husband and I decided to adopt about 4 families in our neighborhood when this hardship started. When I went to the market and I wanted to buy yam, for instance, and they told me 7,000 for one, I could afford it, but I quickly remembered, my driver, how would he live with his wife? The carpenter, the gardener that maintains the vulcanizer on my street, how would they live? The maid at my gate that we all pay just 40,000, 50 or 60,000 maximum. And they have wives, they have children. So I discussed with pastor, the pastor, we must adopt 3, 4 families. Very, very important. And he agreed. I'm enjoining every Nigerian, especially our brothers and friends that live in the bourgeois areas of Maitama, Asokoro, the posh areas in Abuja, Banana Island, Orange Island, Ikoyi, Foreshore, and all that, where a plot of land is 1 billion, 2 billion. You don't have any business staying there and not adopting some families, poor families in Nigeria, to assist them, to support them, to pay school fees, to give them stipend on a very regular basis. You don't have business. You cannot be happy if genuinely you have love inside of you. You cannot be happy. You are sitting on a time bomb. It can erupt any time. It's the people that you touch, the less fortunate ones, those ones that won't have opportunity to come to your gate because they need a card, they need a code to even get there. That's one of the reasons why I didn't move to the island. A lot of my DG colleagues have called me to say, Madam Tourism, what are you still doing in mainland? With your level now, you should be on the island. I have a plot of land next to me. Are you interested? You and Pastor come and look at it. I said, no, we're not interested. Because the people we cater for would not be able to reach us easily. I love to be amongst the people that I cater for. I love to be amongst the people that can easily pick the call and say, Madam, are you in? My daughter passed JAMB. But because I don't know anybody in Abuja, they are not giving my daughter admission. And really, she comes, and the daughter scored 240. Not given admission. And yet some of our other daughters in other other regions, they scored 190, 195, 185, and they get admission. Is that love? That's not love. That's too much disparity. That's been unfair. So I'll take the CV and say, don't worry. I'll get to the Federal Minister of Education. I'm a media practitioner. I'm going to make a case for you. And believe you me, I go there and they give the daughter admission. So in my area, they know, oh, Madam works in Abuja. Oh, she works in Lagos too, but oh, go and see her, go and see her. Sometimes they don't reach me because I'm not always around. They reach my driver and they write a note and I take it up. It's the point of responsibility. My staffs in Abuja are fed up of telling me, Mommy, you come to Abuja for work, you give us 6 places we need to go to. 5 out of those 6 places had to do with helping people. When would we do the business of our own media, media structure? You run a media company. When will we do that? I said, don't worry about it. The Lord I serve is a faithful God. The Lord did not put me in an advantaged position and with the contact and connection He's given me to use it for my selfish end. I need to attend to these 5 people. And you will be surprised how God will do that one that we've not had time to do. Believe you me, He does it. That is genuine love for one another. I didn't know my staffs were observing. It's when they see the list, they will be making jests. They now call me help ministry.
That's a good one.
Help ministry. I said, let it be help ministry. I want many more Nigerians to do that.
And thank you so much for sharing your personal experience and hopefully leading by example and inspiring others to do the same today. Thank you very much for your time with us.
You're welcome, Ayo.
Maybe you'll be our favorite MFR now.
Anytime. Good to see you, Bimbai. Andrew, fine.
All right, and thanks again for the bouquet of flowers.
Anytime at all. Anytime.